Guys, are you shopping Spotlight sale? I went crazy with Feels Like Bliss. I'm not happy with this, guys. It is this thingy. She's adorable. Look at this. I would rather sew this on than surface crochet. This is all I finished. Hi guys, welcome back or welcome if you're new. My name is Tiana and I'm the maker behind Also Stitched, and today we have weekly vlog. Like I said in one of my previous videos, I'm gonna try to do 2 videos a week in August. I just wanna try it and see if it's manageable for me. The biggest part for me is editing 2 videos a week, and not just for crochet channel. I also would like to try at least publish 2 or 3 videos for my knit channel. So that is a lot of editing and that takes the most time out of crochet and knitting. I feel like vlogs are gonna be the easiest way for me to give you an update for a week, and then second video would be more like pattern reviews and roundups and things like that. It is Monday, July 13th. We are still on school holidays. It is the second week of school holidays and we are so busy. I mean, this is the busiest week I have so far. Usually on school holidays I try to book my kids for specialist appointments if they need to see, which my daughter does. We are seeing a jaw specialist tomorrow because she has some jaw clicking issues. I feel like every school holidays my son has an emergency, which this time he broke a bone in this knuckle, something, nothing big. He didn't even get a cast. He just needs to body strap 2 fingers. All of this to say, I feel like school holidays are mostly doctor's appointments, and it is so annoying because I can't rest. It's always waiting in the rooms for a couple of hours and I hate that. The best part about this week is I am meeting Lica from Coco's Crochet. We're just gonna meet for coffee and lunch and chit chat with maybe crochet. I can't crochet while I'm talking. You saw that in my supernova video with that platypus hat ended up being too small. Guys, are you shopping Spotlight sale? I mean, it's crazy. This sale happens once a year and I went through all of my emails just to double check if we ever get 50% off all of the yarn during the year except for July, and actually not. Even during Black Friday sales they didn't have 50% off all the yarn. They have selected brands, some of them are 30, 40, 50%, it depends. So the only 50% of all the yarn that is happening in Spotlight is in July, and I went crazy. I'm not gonna lie, after having a successful supernova I decided to treat it myself and I bought some yarn, and I'm gonna show you a bit of that just because I knit something for Lica. Since I'm visiting Lica, and Lica is also a crocheter, she is also a YouTuber, she's Coco's Crochet here on YouTube. I wanted to give something to her, but I don't want to give her crochet when she can make it herself. I wanted to knit something for her, and I also wanted to be fun for me and try something new. I apologize for the noises. My kids are obviously at home, so they're making noises. They have just woken up. It's 10 a.m. I mean, teenagers. So I went crazy with Feels Like Bliss. I'm not gonna lie, I missed the train back in January when Feels Like Bliss was released in Australia, and everyone was scared that it's gonna be like limited edition, which usually happens with Spotlight. I can confirm that Feels Like Bliss is not a limited edition, because when Spotlight releases, and this is not confirmed, like I didn't check this with Spotlight, this is just my observation and knowing where things are usually placed in the stores. So when Spotlight releases something limited, they put it on the side of the aisles, which are usually called gondolas. I'm not sure if they call it in Spotlight, but in other shops those things are called gondolas, and that's where usually stores put some limited editions, sales and things like that. And every time they have new yarn released, it is appearing only on gondolas or in the middle like bins and things like that. Well, not for Feels Like Bliss. Feels Like Bliss has its permanent spot in the aisle on the shelf next to the Feels Like Butter. So that just shows you that Feels Like Bliss is from now on permanent collection in Spotlight, and we don't really need to fear for it to go out of stock or go crazy about it, missing out of it. Well, I did go crazy about it because it was 50% off. It was priced down from 11 to 5.50. I'm not gonna talk about Feels Like Bliss a lot today because I'm still waiting for all my parcels to arrive. I've ordered a lot, and in the next week's vlog, when all of these parcels are here, I'm gonna share my huge haul and talk about everything. I have all already started making some of the plushes, so yeah, I'm really excited. I love this yarn. But all of that to say that I did click and collect for 6 of these skeins, thinking that I'm gonna need that much, not knowing how these yarns perform when knitted, and I only needed 2 skeins, but I'm happy to say that I have more in my stash now. Let me quickly show you what I have knitted for Litsa. If you have been following that, you know that I like to knit Passionate Kelsey double-stranded ribbed beanies. The weight of this yarn, it says 8 mil needles, which is exactly what you're using for double-stranded beanie from Passionate Kelsey. I just single-stranded this and it worked. It works so nice on 8 mil needles. It is ribbed beanie. You can see still the ribbing whilst you stretch it out. This is heaven to work with. I have both crochet and knitted with this just to test it out, and it is heaven. It is so soft, so bouncy, so stretchy, so nice. It really feels good to knit with this. It feels like the stretchiness you would get from superwash merino with some halo of mohair. It really feels good to knit with this. And I have already researched, there are a couple of patterns for the sweaters in this yarn. We'll see. If I manage to find 7 to 8 skeins in the same dye lot, I might knit myself a sweater because this is so nice and so soft. So I did one beanie for her. Litsa's favorite color is purple, so no brainer, I had to go with the purple. This color is called Dusk. I wanted to do something matching like a scarf, and I did Sophie's scarf by Petite Knit. This is very famous little scarf, and I did it on 8 mil needles and it worked perfectly. This is only one skein and it gave me such a nice length. It is definitely thicker because this is garter stitch and it's very stretchy and bouncy. It is definitely thicker, but it is perfect, just like a little scarf. We don't have very cold winters here, so you don't have to do anything like big, but if you can have something like this small around your neck to keep you warm, it is just perfect. With matching beanie, I think this is really nice and I am really happy with that. So this was done again on 8 mil needles, even though the pattern calls for I think 3 or 4 mil needles, I don't know, but it worked. I worked half of the skein increasing and then second half of the skein decreasing, and it's beautiful. Sophie's scarf is done in garter stitch with some I-cord edging and it really looks beautiful, and one skein is enough. Amazing. That is just my gift. I wanted to share this with you because it is a gift. I also made her a purple beanie, which is another double-stranded beanie. I don't have skeins here with me, they are at the back. So this is done in Spot Saver Heather, and I bought a new yarn again on sale. It is Marvel Purple Variegated. I'm gonna show the yarn next week when my old yarns arrive, and I'm gonna share the haul. So I also bought some of those yarns. Speaking of sales in Spotlight, I'm not sure if you have noticed, guys, that Spot Saver wasn't on sale online, which is a bummer because it was in stores. And I visited stores a couple of times just to buy more yarn, I guess, and I asked them why is Spot Saver not on sale online, because I was placing mostly my orders online, and they said, oh, we do usually have a different sales online. I mean, that's not true. There was probably some issue or glitch or whatever. So if you were curious, yes, Spot Saver was on sale but only in stores, and I did bought a lot of. I'm not gonna talk about that because I'm gonna repeat myself next week when all of this yarn is here. Let's talk about what I've made yesterday. Yesterday I've crocheted this little thingy. Oh my god. I think the pattern designer is Lubava Crochet. Let me double check that. Oh my god, the amount of patterns that I have bought in last couple of weeks, it is insane, guys. I don't know when I'm gonna make all of these, but I feel really overwhelmed with having all of these new patterns and not knowing when I'm gonna make them. So it is Lubava Crochet. It is a bundle. In the bundle you get Chic with Stitch hat, Totoro hat, Minion, Alien, I forgot the name of this alien, it is a character, and Shrek hat. Obviously I made Totoro and I'm not happy with this, guys. When I pay for a pattern, I expect pattern to be well written and correct, and I expect it to be pattern tested. This pattern was not pattern tested, because if it was, there wouldn't be this much mistakes in this pattern. Pattern has 2 obvious mistakes and I wasn't happy about it, and the leaf on top of his head didn't look like a leaf when I crocheted it according to the pattern. I ended up doing a random leaf that I have from the other patterns. And this is done in Bernat Blanket. I bought a yellow in my last haul when I showed you. It is okay to work with it. It is a bit gummy feeling, but I'm okay with it, and you get a good sized cheeks out of it. But I wasn't happy with this. I was so frustrated to the point that I couldn't be bothered making the other characters. I will make them because I have pattern, I paid for it, and I want to make some money out of it, but I really wasn't happy with this. I think you can get so many free patterns of cheeks with hats, with all the other variations, and it wasn't cheap pattern for just a cheek. Okay, I'm not sure why she didn't pattern test this, because any pattern tester would pick up those mistakes I did in just the first time making them, so any pattern tester would do that. That's why people do pattern testing. Sometimes when you're writing pattern and looking at it hundreds times, things can look correct, but you need to have at least a second pair of eyes going over it to make sure that everything is correct. Or if you don't want to do pattern test, just pay for tech editing if you don't want to deal with pattern testing. I know it can be overwhelming for some people dealing with pattern testing and the groups and everything. There are so many tech editors. You can just pay them and have pattern checked and be sure that you are producing good quality patterns. And the writing style of this pattern I also didn't like, because everything was written too close, too jumbled, and it wasn't flowing for me. I'm not sure. I'm really not happy with this pattern. I rarely talk bad about patterns, but I just wasn't feeling this pattern, and it's fine. I'm gonna still make a couple of more just because I need to stock up on more smaller items, because they are definitely bestseller, and not just bestseller, they definitely have better profit margin than medium or larger plushes. So yeah, one Totoro chick, and yeah, Lubava Crochet. I don't recommend it. Go search for free patterns, and there's so many free patterns for chicks on Instagram, but oh well. I have full bag of drifts that I did 2 weeks ago, and I need to stuff them because I cannot look into this bag anymore. This bag has been sitting here for 2 weeks and it's annoying me because it's in my way and I've been tripping over it. I just want to stuff them and put them in my hallway in the bin where I keep all the new made plushes before I need to tag them. That is a goal for now. We will be stuffing drifts. I have so many of them that I feel like I'm done with drifts for the rest of the year. I do need more rifts and, I don't know, swirly snakes and all of those things that were selling like crazy at Supernova. It's really surprising how we all expect characters to sell at Supernova and Comic-Con and gaming conventions like that, but in the end I was selling like a basic plushes, and I'm fine with that because these are so easy to make and I really love making them. So yeah, that's what we will be doing this morning. I really hope that you like this vlog style because I do want to keep doing them more. Let me know if you prefer more like sit down videos that I used to do, or do you love vlog style videos? You're gonna see me crocheting a bit. I'm not actually sure if I'm gonna give you like 7 days of vlogging here, because no, that's actually not possible. This could be 1, 2, 3, 5 days depending how I'm feeling, or yeah, we will see how this goes. But yeah, I just need to stop rambling and start stuffing these. Look at them. So I was making all of these 2 weeks ago, I think. I don't remember. I remember it was after Supernova when I had my burn and I couldn't stuff them. So today is the stuffing day. This was pretty quick and I'm surprised with how many I have. I have 12 drifts and 2 rifts, and it didn't take a long time to do them. I'm mostly doing them in like bed Bernat blanket or like value balls, those variegated colors and mill ends and things like that. I'm really trying to keep this like cheap priced. Even though the Bernat blanket that I'm using is the cheap Bernat blanket that I was buying. So I have 2 black ones. I just love how curly the black ones are. None of the other ones are this curly as the black ones. I apologize for my dog barking. I'm running a robo vacuum mop downstairs and she hates it. She constantly barks at him while he's cleaning, and it is so funny because I can see on my vacuum cleaner camera after it is done the spots where it recognized pet and it couldn't clean. Sometimes it gets stuck because she won't move out of the way and she's constantly in the way of that mop cleaner, and I apologize. She's gonna probably bark now because I'm mopping my floors downstairs. So we have 2 black ones. I really love these. I had them also at my Supernova and they both sold, but I still have some yarn. I think I have enough yarn to make 1 or 2, but I wasn't bothered because I wanted variety. So we have 2 black ones. This one was in one of my latest Mill Ends haul where I talked about it having these pink spots, and I wasn't sure if the pink spots should be there or not, if it was wrong, because most of the other skeins were without pink. But it looks really nice in this drift. I mean, it's really cute. So 2 of those. I have 1 of these. This one was a bit thicker. I'm not sure if this is like Bernat blanket or something thicker. I think it could still be Bernat blanket. I even put some nicer eyes in this one because the black ones wouldn't pop. This one is also my repeated one in the Bernat blanket one. These 2 are value ball speckled yarn. I think I'm out of this skein finally. Then I have this one. I also think I might have full 1 skein of this one, and then I combined it with Moda Vera peach yarn because for some stupid reason I have 3 skeins of peach yarn and I never use it. So I did this one. And if you want to do 2 colors and you want to just combine them for the tentacles, the best way to do the color switches without cutting the yarn for every tentacle is to carry the yarn. But if you know the pattern, then this last round is slip stitches and you cannot carry yarn over slip stitches. And for me to be able to carry the yarn without cutting it, I was just doing single crochet. And underneath I was carrying the yarn, and in the end I didn't have a lot of tails to weave in, so yeah, just do the single crochet when you're carrying the yarn. And I apologize for my son screaming. I can't do anything. He's playing with his friends and he is very loud. I also have these 2. These are also value ball, I don't know, rainbow blank yarn, whatever it was called. I might be out of this yarn finally. Oh my god, I'm full of them. And then I have 2 mini rifts. These are again distashing completely this yarn. You see I lost yarn chicken, so I did a second color with the peach. And here I think I was distashing completely this pink, and then I just use Moda Vera blankie in the pink. So yeah, that is 2 rifts and 12 drifts. I really think I'm good. He's laughing so hard. I mean, they are playing, they are gaming. He's online with his friends. They are not here, but he's so loud and his voice has changed so much. He's 12 and his voice is proper adult man voice now, and I'm like, it's really shocking to hear him laugh like that and not recognize him as a baby anymore. Oh well. So I'm definitely done with drifts for this year. I definitely need more rifts because rifts are also selling really good, and all of these yarns I also like to use in Zezulia swirly snakes, so I will be working on those definitely, but I'm not feeling that today. I'm gonna put this in my hallway so that I can clear this space. I have so many plushes, guys, over there that I have been crocheting for future videos, but you will get to see that. What I want to do now is I got this yarn in mill ends, and this is not something I would normally buy. This is not my colors, and I don't even like these colors, I have to be honest with you. But whenever I see yarn in mill ends, it is like jackpot. I have to have it whether I like it or not. I'll find a way to use it. And I was thinking, I see sleeping dragon in this, and I think it would look nice. So I'm just gonna wound this because I hate working from this. Usually I'm center pull, and finding center pull in this thing means yarn barf. So I'm just gonna wound this skein, and I'm gonna do a sleeping dragon by Nooks Hooks. I think I'm gonna do, if I had any green like this, you see, this is beautiful shade of green. That would be a nice contrasting color, but I don't. I'm just gonna do off-white. I think it will work. So we will start on Sleeping Dragon and we will see where the day goes. I know I won't be filming in the afternoon because today I'm also editing second part of Supernova, and I know I need at least 6 hours of editing in the afternoon because I have over 3 hours of footage. I'm combining Saturday and Sunday together because on Sunday I didn't film a lot, so I don't have enough footage to publish a whole video just for Sunday. So I will be combining Saturday and Sunday in one video, and I have a lot of footage from Saturday. So yeah, I know in afternoon I have a lot of editing to do, but I want to make this. I was looking into a different pattern that I wanted to do with this yarn, and I'm not sure if I want to buy it or not. I have too many patterns. Do I need more? And if you can see my cart and my favorites, they are full of more patterns that I want to buy, but I don't have a lifetime to make all of these. Why do I like this one? Oh my god, it is so cute, and it is on sale, and sale ends in 2 hours. No, why are you doing this to me? It is by Red Mills Crochet. It is this thingy. I thought that this color would be perfect mushroom hat. Isn't he cute? Oh no. And then she also has this one. I mean, it is so cute, and it is 30% off. Do I need these, guys? I have never done monsters, and these are so cute. I have only ever done one pattern from Red Mills, and that was her jumbo toothless. I did it twice or 3 times, I don't know, and I sold them both at my uni markets, and I was doing them out of Modavira blanket yarn, so you can only imagine how huge that was. These are so cute. These are definitely high sew, or at least legs I would need to sew, maybe arms not. Should I buy them? They're both so cute and unique. I never seen like monsters like that, and I'm not sure if these are any characters. They are like Moon Dust Monster. I don't know a lot of our characters, so they might be some characters. Let me Google that. She does have a descriptions about them. It is Moon Dust Monsters, but I can't find if there are any characters or something like that, but they are so cute. I hate when people have sales and then I have fear of missing out, and things are so cute, and now I want to make them. Because I actually think the whole body in this one, in this color, would look cute, but I don't know what would I do for the rest of the colors. I feel like I'm gonna buy them just because it is sale and they are cute, and I will see if I will make them in this video or you will see them in any of the future videos. But I will probably link them down below for you guys, because if I'm talking about the pattern, I would rather link them down just so that I don't get a lot of questions, because people do like to ask a lot about the patterns. And my favorite lists looks insane. I need to stop going on Etsy, and I need to stop buying patterns, and I need to start crocheting more. Okay, we are gonna start with this yarn and make Sleeping Dragon. I'm ready. I'm not sure if I have enough of the off-white. I'm gonna grab another skein. Yeah, I'm gonna go and grab another skein, because this is not enough, because this is gonna go down the spine and around the wings and horns, and this is gonna be the main color. So, and this is also not gonna be enough, so I'm gonna have to do it once again. I'm gonna start on this and I'm gonna update you when I'm done. I don't think I'm gonna film the whole process because my son is very loud, like very loud. since I have two ends here, one from the new yarn and one from the other one, I'm just gonna crochet around them because I can't be bothered to weave in all of these ends. So I'm struggling. So what I will be doing, I'm just crocheting over both of those ends, and then in the end I will just clip them. And that's it. You don't have to struggle with weaving ends on wings. And last tail is the only tail that I will have to weave in. I also do like to knot, just in case. And that is it. One wing done. I think I should have done one more here. I just noticed. I think I've started it here. Actually, I should have end. Where did I start? Where did I end? Now I'm confused. It doesn't matter. Okay, it's not perfect because I definitely missed a stitch here, but yeah, I should have added another stitch. I ended too early. I didn't pay attention, but oh well, I'll do it on the second one. This is not something that's gonna be visible, so I'm not too fussed about it. So yeah, that is one wing. I don't know how long this takes because my camera is showing 9 minutes of filming, but I also did talk before. I assume this was like less than 5 minutes of work. It is all done and it is so cute. I actually love the colors. It looks like very dragony color. I don't know, because dragons are not in pastel colors, so it looks more like, I don't know how to explain. It looks really good. That's my point. It looks so good. I love it. This is a quick make for me. I think it takes me around 1 hour 20 minutes to make this, and they are so mindless. I think the hardest part for me is when the body gets so long, just to turning it around while you're doing the tail, because tail is getting smaller and smaller and you just need to turn that whole body that is already stuffed around and around, and I'm struggling with that. That is the only thing that takes forever when it's long body, but I just love it. It is so cute. I don't know. She's adorable. I had enough yarn, white yarn, to finish it. I didn't have to grab another one. I love it. It looks so moody, so like autumny. Like all these colors are really like autumn colors, like proper woodland dragon. I actually went online to search this color, and it is a Bernat blanket yarn. It is called Plum Chutney, and it is the original Bernat blanket. I got it in Mill End, so I wasn't sure what it was, but it is a Bernat blanket yarn, and it is nice and soft. It's really beautiful yarn. It is a bit thinner when you work with it, and I feel like this one is a bit smaller. I can't tell actually. I don't have any in stock. I think I'm left with the blue one, but it's in my bag, so I can't compare. But yeah, she is cute. She is special. She looks like very foresty woodland dragon. I love her. I see myself making more of these. And honestly guys, now I'm really tempted to go buy those little monsters. So the green one is called Moss Monster, and the other one is called Moondust Monster. And I'm tempted to go and buy them. They are so cute. I'm not sure if I will have time to finish them in today's video. Like I said, I have a lot of editing going on, but I can at least start and show you later this week. I'm also not sure if I'm filming tomorrow, since I will be at the doctor's and in the city whole day. Since we are in the city, we will also do some other things, me and my daughter. I think I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy it and I'm gonna update you this week. I think I wanna make this. I've never done monsters or anything like that, and it's cute because it is one eye, and oh well, check out. I'm buying this and I will update you during this week. So this is it for today, guys. I didn't actually crochet a lot. I mean, this is the only thing that I have crocheted. Everything else that I showed you was done before, but I'm gonna do my best to finish those monsters, at least one. And I did have some other plans of what I want to crochet in this video. Hollow Knight. Yes, I would like to have another Hollow Knight, and even Hornet. I'm on the hunt for the Hornet pattern because the pattern I found on Etsy, she looks very tall compared to what my Hollow Knight will look. He's from Shine Crafts. So I'm on the hunt for the smaller looking Hornet because I want to have both of them. We'll see. This is it for today. I will be back in a day or two. Hi guys, it is Wednesday, 15th of July, and I just got back from meeting up with Litsa. We had lunch, chat, and it was so wonderful. She's an amazing person. She's like really genuine and warm person, and I just love chatting with her. Yeah, it is so nice to have a friend in crochet community who understands you and who is also a YouTuber. So it is so nice. She's amazing. Yeah, in case you haven't followed her, give her a follow. She's Litsa from Coco's Crochet. All right, so last time I left you off with those Red Mills monsters, and I've made the moon dust, but I have completely adjusted to what I wanted to make. So let me first show you and then I'll talk you. He is amazing. Look at this. He is so cute. Exactly what I have envisioned for this yarn, because this yarn is some kind of mushroomy color to me. So in the pattern he has legs, 2 feet in the front that you're supposed to sew on, and he has tail with star at the end. The reason I didn't put the feet, because the way the feet are positioned, he will actually be tilted backwards, and he would need that tail to hold him from tipping like that. Tipping over. Okay, you get it. So I decided not to put neither leg or tail. Tail just didn't fit at all, but the legs I didn't want to, because he is sitting on his own. He has such a big bottom and it is flat. Look how flat that is. Flat, big bottom, and he's sitting on his own, and he's just amazing the way he is. I didn't want to add anything to it. Of course, I didn't want to add more to the price. He's completely done in Bernat blanket yarn, and he's just perfect. It is just a cute, chubby mushroom monster. That's what I'm gonna call him, mushroom monster. And look at the eye. The eye is iridescent. It has like... it has green, red, yellowish. There's so much going on in the eye. It is exactly the same colors that are in his mushroom cap. The only thing here that you're sewing on the mushroom cap. Arms are crochet in, and yes, you would have to sew in feet and tail. I think tail could be easily done without sewing. You can easily crochet it in, but by the pattern it is sewn on. Eye is so cute that I did just a tiny eyebrow, and that is it. He is amazing, exactly what I wanted, exactly what I envisioned. This pattern is so good because you can do so much with this pattern. There's so many modifications that you can do with both of those patterns that I showed you. Just check the pattern testers. They have such a great ideas that you can do. I'm looking forward to make my second one, the other one with the little mushrooms growing out of the head and the moss patch. I'm gonna make him. I'm not sure if I'll be able to finish him in this video. I just have too much on my plate. I have only 3 hours to finish editing my last portion of Supernova video that has to go out today. Usually my videos are out on Wednesday 6 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, so I really need to rush to finish that video. And I wanted to share him because he was done, I don't know, when we talked last. Did we talk yesterday? No, because I was at my daughter's appointment. So he was finished on Monday. Yesterday I finished this guy. You recognize him? Yes, I did him for Supernova and I sold him. The reason I didn't embroider eyes is because last time I made him, my husband was complaining about the eyes. He said, they don't look right, you're not gonna sell them. Please, can you do the felt eyes because he looks awkward. And I said, no, we are at Supernova, I don't have felt with me, I can't fix it. If he sells, fine, but for the next one, I'm just gonna do the felt eyes. That's why I haven't done eyes yet, because I wanna do it later when I finish the next character when I show you. It is just the Hollow Knight by Shine Crafts. This is my third one. Such an amazing pattern. He's really quick make. He is done in Bernat blanket. You are sewing head to the body. You are sewing these horns, but everything else, this is just tied around the body, and that is it. I'm waiting for the eyes until I finish this. I just showed this to my son and asked him, do you know what this is? And he said, yes, that is Hornet's cloak. And he was right. So this is Hornet, or better say she is Sister of the Night. She's also a game character. She's in the sequel from the Hollow Knight Silk Song game. So she is a bit taller and skinnier. And I had a couple of options when I was searching for the pattern. There is a paid for pattern on Etsy, and I didn't want to do that because when I went and counted the rounds on her, she would be so much taller than him and she would look so off. What I'm doing instead, this is a free pattern on Instagram, and she also has a free YouTube tutorial. This pattern is written for tiny hook and cotton yarn, but I'm working it in Bernat blanket. As you can tell, this is crimson color, and this is the size difference. She's obviously gonna be taller. She is taller than him, especially with this version. He's like a chibi short cute version, but I think they will still look cute together because the other version would be even bigger than him. The only thing that I've changed, I did less increases in the round for the cloak, so it is less like ruffly, but it still looks good. It still ruffles enough, and I'm curious to see how she will fit. The whole pattern is done no sew except for the arms. I'm not sure why arms are not crocheted in, but I'm gonna crochet them in because they are just easy. Technically arms are not even visible because they're under the cloak. So yeah, this is what I will be working today or tomorrow. I'm not sure when I will have time to finish her because like I said, I need to finish that video, and then I also need to pull out my Cricut to do both eyes for them. I'm hoping to do that tomorrow, and then I will share the finished look of them. So yeah, that's what on my hook at the moment. I'm having Hornet on my hook, and I have finished another Hollow Knight. So that is just a quick update for today. Like I said, it is Wednesday and I have a lot of work to do. I'll probably update you tomorrow, so stay tuned. It's Thursday around 11 a.m. and I'm just not feeling good. I have headache. I just want to show you, I actually showed you this one. And then I started working on Hornet of a free pattern on Instagram because I honestly don't remember what I said. I think I explained in that video that I don't want to go with the paid pattern because she looks too tall compared to him. I mean, she's still taller, but not massive. So here is the size difference. I did him in off-white, and when I ran out of that yarn, for her I grabbed the new yarn, which is white, and it's not just white, it is also thicker. This is definitely Bernat blanket yarn, but for her, This feels more like Modavira. It was all mill end, so I'm not sure what was in which bag, but I feel like she was definitely thicker. And even the black around the legs looked as Modavira blanket than his. His looks like Bernat blanket. Cloak is in Bernat blanket crimson. So I like her. I like the size. Here is the size comparison. She is supposed to be tall, but she's not massive. I didn't finish the eyes. I might do eyes tomorrow. I'm just not feeling well. I have headache and I'm just feeling blah. I don't even want to crochet. I did a couple of changes to this pattern. So it is a free pattern on Instagram and she also has a YouTube tutorial. What I did is I shortened the horns. There are decreased rounds and plain single crochet rounds. I didn't do the plain single crochet rounds, and there are 3 rounds per horn, so my horns are 3 rounds shorter, and I still think she looks fine. When it comes to arms are supposed to be sewn in on round 5. I have crocheted them in round 5 because I find it much easier. And then her legs are very skinny, and I didn't do any modification to the body. I just crocheted arms in. The only thing I did, I secured the head better because this is all done in one piece, and there is really no way to secure her head. This is me securing her head, and she is still very floppy because I just sewed it on more on the chin to be more on the front because it was falling more at the back. So at least she's not falling at the back, but she's still very floppy, which I'm not bothered because cloak is holding it. The cloak is kind of helping with her head being held down, so I'm not too fussed about it. I love the way she looks. This was painful to make, I'm not gonna lie. This is ending up with 3 single crochets in the round, which was a pain to make. But I love her. I love the size. I love the way she looks compare him, and if she sells, I'm gonna definitely continue making this pattern because it is free, it is nice pattern, and I loved her. I also tested this thingy doll holder, which size would work for her. So I have size 35 centimeters. I have written down the sizes on the bottom so that I know. And the way it's gonna work for her, it's gonna go under her arms because her head, it's not the head the problem, it's the cloak. When you put it around her neck, cloak is too big and it's kind of in the way of being put straight on that doll holder. So I'm just doing it under her arms into the plastic thingy. And I've tested this on the table. She stands without falling down. So this is her on the stands, and when I put it on the table, she's not tipping. So yeah, 35 centimeter stand will work for her. I'm not sure how she will stand in the wind. We will have to see and test that. So yeah, if you are looking into buying these doll stands, 35 centimeters is for her. And then for the knight, 25. His ones goes around the neck and then just straight into, and this is how the knight looks on the stand. So yeah, these stands are really gonna be helpful when I'm on the market. I did order more in 25 size. I didn't order any in the 35 more because I'm fine with one, and at the moment I don't even know which other doll should I put on that stand. And I still do have 45, which I think the 45 might work for Mew because my Mew was tipping over at Supernova. So I didn't test it because I don't have it here near with me. That is all that I have crocheted today. I'm not sure how much I'm gonna crochet today because I'm not feeling it. I have a headache because I was crying this morning. I read an article that they are going to make another Free Willy movie. Before even reading the article fully, I started crying, and only after I have realized that they're gonna use CGI effects for the movie and not real orca whale. When I was a kid, Free Willy, and still up to date, was my favorite movie, and I love that movie. I love whales. I'm obsessed with whales, especially orcas. Back then in 90s, guys, we didn't have computers. We couldn't Google things. We were really depending on the movies and characters from the movies, and Willy was one of those characters that meant a lot to me, to the point that I was really obsessed with whales. As a kid, I wanted to be a marine biologist. I wanted to study whales, animals, anything with marine life. And I remember in primary and high school, all my dissertation for school were done around whales and orcas, and I knew everything about it, and I still do. And the hardest part, seeing that they are gonna make another movie now that Keiko, the original whale from the movie, has passed away, it really hurt me, because I really don't think that there should be another movie after him passing away. So Keiko is the original orca or killer whale from the Free Willy movie, and he was only 27 when he passed away, and he passed away only a year after he was released to the wild to be free, finally. And he died only 1 year after because of pneumonia. And I've never dived deep into why and what they think was the reason for him dying. I assume because he spent 25 years living in aquariums where the water is so much warmer than the Nordic Sea or Icelandic Sea, whichever sea was there where he was released. He developed pneumonia and he didn't survive in the wild. And that really broke me, because I don't know, he was such an amazing animal, and to see him becoming a huge star and then dying just to... I'm gonna get emotional. I don't even want to talk. I don't know. I'm obsessed with whales. I love orcas, and I was really sad to see that they are making another movie, because I don't think we need another Free Willy movie. And I hate that these days they don't have new fresh ideas to make movies. They are all taking old movies back from 90s and remaking them, because obviously no one has new fresh ideas, and I hate that. So this morning I actually went on Etsy just to search for any orca pattern that I could make. When I searched orca whale crochet pattern, there are so many patterns that I really... Big. First of all, there are so many big ones. I don't want to make a big one. There's a couple of them that I really doubt that are real ones, because they look AI. So I don't want to make anything big, but I kind of felt like I do want to make something. And there is one that is small enough to be done quickly. It is by Maggie Meets Art, and this one looks really nice. And she also has a video where she's showing the size. She did hers in Bernat blanket, and I think I'm gonna make this one. Welcome back, guys. It is Friday, and I did finish orca yesterday, and here he is. So this is my Keiko, Free Willy inspired. I loved this pattern, and I think I'm gonna keep this one. I don't think I will be selling him, just because it brings a lot of memories, and there was a reason why I decided to make him. So yeah, I think this is one of the plushies that I'm gonna keep. This is the only plushie that I have ever kept. As you can tell, there is a marine theme to these plushies. This one was in memory of my father, because he was the one who was catching octopi with his bare hands when I was a kid. And then orca for a different reason. I talked about this earlier in this video. I'm not gonna go down that route again. So lovely pattern. I really enjoy this pattern. There are a couple of things that I would change, that I wasn't 100% happy. The good thing is this is underbelly and top part are crochet flat, and then you are crocheting all around to attach those pieces. It is an amazing technique. It looks beautiful. There is no like color changing or shifting the colors on the bottom, or even worse, when I have to make a belly patch and then sew it on. I hate those patterns. I hate it. These are all done before, and they are crocheted in when you are closing off. These two are done white, black, crocheted in, and these are sewn on. This is the only part except for the eye patches that are sewn on. I'm not overly happy with how bulky the eye patches are, because orcas have like smooth skin, they don't have bumps, so I'm not 100% happy with how bumpy this is. You can do it like color change to avoid that, but that would be too much hassle, at least for me. The only thing that I was not happy was the dorsal fin. So this is actually surface crocheted on. This is one of those pieces when I would rather sew this on than surface crochet. First of all, he is hefty. He has weight to him, and then to surface crochet this was just too much hassle. You're holding all of this weight in your hands while you are going a couple of rounds of surface crocheting. If I have made this up front and then just sew it on, it would be less strain on my hands and less weight. I would definitely prefer this to be sewn on rather than being crocheted in. I know everyone these days is trying to do low sew patterns, but some things are better sewn on than surface crochet, especially when this is such a small piece and you are surface crocheting on such a big plushie. It just didn't make sense, especially when we are already sewing these two pieces to the body. I didn't see the need to surface crochet this. And then also we are sewing these patches on, so amazing pattern, except for this, which is small tiny thing that bothered me, but I'm not sure if I would remake him because I'm keeping this one for myself. I'm not sure how popular orcas are. I mean, I do have like a keychain plushies from Poggy's Place. I could make those and test them if people even like orcas. I don't know. I am huge fan because this is my favorite animal and everyone knows that. And if you would to ask any of my family members, my daughter saw it immediately and she said, "Oh, you made yourself an orca." I'm like, yes, it's mine and it's not going anywhere. And anyone who knows me from my childhood knows that I was obsessed with orcas and whales in general. Love the pattern and I definitely recommend it. So all of my patterns as usual are gonna be linked down below, whether they are free or paid for. And then I decided, since I started this in this vlog, I decided to finish both of these characters because usually I tend to procrastinate anything that has to do with felt. But I was like, I'm filming vlog, I need to finish these guys in this vlog, so here they are. I finished eyes. Did I even mention that it is Friday, just the next day? Yeah, I probably didn't. So I did this morning and I finished him yesterday. When I started him, he was pretty quick make. But this morning I decided to finish these guys and I already cut the eyes multiples, like I have 5 pairs of the eyes because I just can't be bothered pulling out Cricut felt and everything just for one plushie. So I did 5 pairs of hornet eyes and she looks good. My son said that she is okay, but he said that for the night I should make them a bit bigger and put them lower, at least 1 stitch lower. That is just what he thinks. So yeah, I did cut 5 pairs of his eyes, but I will be probably changing them for the future ones if they sell, or who knows how long it's gonna take them to sell. This is all I finished today. I mean, finished eyes, and that is it actually for this vlog. I'm not gonna vlog every week because I am still crocheting in the background, preparing for a different type of videos, so you will still get to see me making. I actually didn't show you everything that I was making in this video just because I'm preparing for those different videos. Let me know if you're a fan of the Free Willy movie and are orcas good sellers for you? I'm really curious, especially if you're in Australia. But anyways, thank you so much for watching and until next time, happy crafting!